right, it is Monday. It is CBS News Minnesota Morning Update time. Just rolls off the tongue, doesn't it? I'm Jason DeRusha. Nice to have you with us. Hope you had a good weekend. Hope you had a chance to have some fun, some nice family time, whatever the case may be. And now it's back to business and back to a weather forecast from one Katie Steiner. Riley O'Connor will be back tomorrow, we think, right?
Yes, that is the word on the street.
Good.
Yep, so
All
he'll
right.
be back. Thank goodness for everybody who's like, please, get that woman off of here.
You know,
Here's the
it's a very small minority, Katie. It's
That's
only
fine.
like
Only like
30% of my email. It's
60%.
fine. It's fine. You're not making someone mad. You're not doing your job on the CBS
That's
News
true.
Minnesota Morning Update.
That's what the show is here for.
That's
I
right.
appreciate
Make you
that.
feel angry. That's what we do every day.
Here's the thing, weather-wise, it's going to be a better work week weather-wise. I can promise you that, because we are not seeing any Arctic air except for this morning. That's wonderful news. So we're below zero right now. Let's just not think about that and think about where we're going. It's all about the future, right? 12 degrees by noon, 19 by 4 p.m. I love this graphic, though, because it kind of shows you we're on the up and up. So we're not going to get down too low tonight. 15 degrees is our low temperature. Compare that to like 15 below, it feels like, where we've been the last week and a half. And then tomorrow, we're at 39 degrees. Our winds 5 to 10 to 15 miles per hour. So it's going to be a little windier tomorrow, but still close to 40, decent amount of sunshine. It's going to be a beautiful day to go outside or to do my favorite thing, Jason.
Yeah, I know you love a car wash. Katie has an unlimited car wash pass, so this is very...
I was literally thinking about going to get a car wash after work yesterday and then going to the airport, dropping a friend off and coming back and getting my car washed again. I only did it after the airport trip, but I seriously considered it. But here's the thing, and this is why I want to show you this graphic, is because yes, today, tomorrow, and Wednesday all are green.
Okay.
But Thursday is a solid red because we have a chance for a rain-snow mix. So get that car washed in the next couple of days.
Well, why even bother? It's going to get messed up on Thursday.
Because you want to wipe all the sand off of it.
All right.
But if you don't care, then don't go. But if you do care and you want to plan your life around car washes like I do.
Like you do, yeah.
Next couple of days,
All right.
30 days.
Very good. Thanks, Katie. Let's talk about this. Delta's CEO is asking for a national no-fly list for passengers who misbehave. So in a letter to Attorney General Merrick Garland, Ed Bastian says a national comprehensive no-fly list of unruly passengers would bar passengers from flying on any commercial air carrier. So right now, individual airlines kind of ban customers. So if you act like a jerkwad on the plane, or you don't listen to the flight attendants or the pilots, you know, it's got to be pretty bad, I think. But I don't know. Like, each airline might have their own policies, their own kind of threshold for when you get put on the list. Ed is saying we should have a national list, so that way if you're a jerk on Delta, you don't go fly on United or American. What do you think about this? On the surface, I think it sounds like a good idea, but do you want private companies to have the ability to ban you across all private companies? There is a no-fly list when it comes to terrorism, but that's controlled by the federal government, and there has been reporting about that no-fly list having kind of wrong names on it and mistakes and this sort of thing. So what do you think? Should there be a no-fly list for unruly passengers? I don't know. I'm really curious where people are. I know none of you would be unruly, so it's easy to be like, well, put them on a list. It would never be me. What if it is? I don't know. So anyway, let us know what you think. We'll talk about that coming up. Minneapolis City Council members are going to meet today to talk about no-knock warrant policies. This is making national and international news today, as council members will be meeting with local and national experts, along with the family lawyers of Amir Locke, who was shot and killed just 5 days ago by a Minneapolis police SWAT officer. Debates surrounding the city's policy on no-knock warrants. We've been talking about this for almost 2 years, but it's certainly escalated since Locke was killed. The goal of the meeting is to talk about next steps the city can take to improve the effectiveness. I think a lot of people thought those no-knock warrants were banned because the mayor said he banned them, but he banned them in some circumstances. And so we'll hear more about this throughout the day. In the days since that shooting, thousands have protested, demanding changes to the no-knock warrant procedures. Some would like the interim police chief to be fired. Group gathered near Lake of the Isles, what they said was her home. That's interim chief Amelia Huffman, and they demanded that she resign. The federal case against 3 former Minneapolis police officers is expected to resume this morning. Gosh, it seems every time we have a court case involving one of these officers, you have another incident involving another department, or the Minneapolis department. Tou Thao, Thomas Lane, J. Alexander King, all 3 should be back in court accused of violating George Floyd's civil rights late last week. The judge suspended the trial. One of the former officers tested positive for COVID-19. Judge initially told jurors this would be about a 4-week trial, but we'll see how that schedule continues depending on what goes on today. Breaking news for the airline industry this morning. Frontier and Spirit have announced a merger, more like a buyout. Frontier is buying, it's always a merger, but, someone always ends up bigger and in charge. The airlines are saying this will create America's most competitive, ultra-low-fare airline. This will be the 5th largest airline in the country, Frontier Spirit. $6.6 billion will be the total value of the deal. Flights to 145 destinations, 19 countries, and a bazillion fees. So enjoy that. Low cost. A lot of people like that. It's very popular in Europe. Kind of no frills, just it's like a bus in the air. And for families or people looking to make a quick trip, makes sense, right? Maryland crossing guard being hailed as a hero. Watch this video. Here's a crossing guard just trying to stop a car. The hand is up. Please stop. Here comes the kid. The car didn't stop. Whoa! Pushes the kid out of the way. And the car actually clipped the crossing guard. Looks like this video is from a school bus in that area. But look at the quick action there. The kid gets a shove. Somebody just not paying any attention. Scary. She suffered minor injuries, but we're told she's going to be okay. Good work there, saving that kid. Hopkins man has to start from scratch after his soon-to-be food truck trailer was stolen. This is so upsetting. He said it's really his dreams that were stolen, not just that piece of property. Mackenzie Charles, born in Haiti, moved to Miami when he was 14. Then moved to Minnesota about a year ago with his kids and fiance. He looked around and said, there's really no Haitian food here. He says he worked double shifts at a security company the past year to save up money so he could buy this trailer and then turn it into a food truck. But someone stole this trailer last week.
I mean, a lot of people out there, they're going out there and taking people's stuff and not understanding it's not the stuff you're taking, it's the dream that you take with you.
Boy, well said, right? A trailer's a trailer, but this meant so much more to him. He was going to open his business in March. If you see it, it's pretty distinct. If you see it, if you know anything, call 911 or call Hopkins Police. City of Lake's Loper Festival was really rocking in full force this weekend. All the races, yep. Of course, the ski races, that's kind of the linchpin. They do snowshoe and fat tire bike races, too. COVID changed things. The extreme cold had the Loper spread out all over the place over many days and locations. So this year, to have it kind of back to normal was pretty cool.
I cannot tell you how many people have said it is just a joy to be together outside.
Part of being a Minnesotan, it's just great to be out here. I'm glad I'm part of it.
Yeah, that is fantastic. The popular Luminary Loper, that's the candlelit deal out on the lake. They said that was the biggest in history, and it's been a 20-year tradition. So glad to have all that back. All right, let's get into it today. We're starting you off on a Monday with a little bit of I don't know, not a heavier topic, but something that requires a little bit of more thought. So we appreciate your input as always. Pam says, I think they should be on a no-fly list if they do something that would harm other people. Yeah, I agree with that. Thanks, Pam. Bradley says, absolutely. There should be a no-fly list for unruly passengers across all airlines. If it's enforced for one, it should be enforced for all. Flying is a privilege, not a right. That's true. Thanks, Bradley. Melody says it would make hotheads second guess before throwing a tantrum. I think that's right. The airlines get to call the shots. I'm just sort of uncomfortable giving a private business the power in one incident
and
to
like
restrict you from flying on other businesses. I don't know.
One, Delta's version of unruly or definition of unruly might be different than United's, which might be different than Spirit's.
I'm not opposed to it. I'm just a little cautious. Thanks, Melody. Here's Jackie. What if you're having a bad day? If you're banned from all airlines, how do you prove yourself going forward? Is redemption?
That's an interesting point.
Yeah, like maybe if there is a national list, you need to have some sort of appeal effort. I mean, most of the people
you're on it for a year and then we'll try it
most
again.
of the people who end up on these things are drunk, right? Like it seems like they're often drunk.
Yeah, believe me,
Maybe
Dad,
they should be banned. I don't know.
Dad has dealt with plenty of unruly.
Yeah, your dad was
he's
a pilot,
captain.
right?
Yeah, he's dealt with plenty of unruly people.
Yeah, thanks, Jackie. Here's Cindy. I think it's a good idea. Should speak volumes for what we need to do to discourage bad behaviors. Yeah, maybe it is the only way the unruly will learn. I don't know. I don't know what the right thing to do. I can understand the frustration of the airlines, right? Because if the people who are unruly had a history of it, and as an airline, you're like, I wish I knew. I would have never let this person on the flight. And so I get it. I get it. All right, morning update, CBS News Minnesota. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Local news always streams here on CBS News Minnesota, and we'll be back again at the same time tomorrow.